All right, what's up, everybody? This is A7X Fan Ben. This is the second matchup of tournament number 3. This one is between the Turn 1 Victory fleet and Gazerbeam 543's Treasure Traders fleet. So we're going to roll to see who goes first. The Turn 1 Victory, I might just call it like Victory or something, and then probably just Traders for the other fleet. So there is an English ship in the Turn 1 Victory fleet, Patagonia. So we're going to roll the red die by default, and then only pirate ships in the Traders fleet, so we're going to have a black die. So this is to see who goes first. So we're going to re-roll the 6 there. Oh, we got double tie here. First time it's happened in this tournament. All right, so red goes first, so Turn 1 Victory will place the first island. So the Turn 1 Victory fleet is going to propose the use of Mysterious Islands because they use 3 copies of Mysterious Island number 1 optimally. Things go well. So they want to use Mysterious Islands, and the Traders fleet doesn't really want to. So we're going to see who gets what they want based on the roll-off. So 4-3, we will have Mysterious Islands, with Turn 1 Victory winning that roll as well. So they've got the luck on their side so far. So we're going to have Mysterious Islands, and therefore the other fleet's going to have, they're going to pick their 3 islands they want to contribute, which are just going to be these normal ones. And now we have to roll to basically have a random island selection. So normally you randomly select islands. Usually I don't, because there's not Mysterious Islands, but so I'm just going to go, I think I want to do this. I'll do left to right is going to be 1 through 6, basically. So the first island is placed by Turn 1 Victory. So we see which type they get. And they get a 6, so they have to place a normal island to start out. And both fleets generally want islands 3L apart from each other, with the probable exception of the last one, which might end up being 6L away. Just to give the enemy fleet a worse home island location. So second island is going to be placed by the Traders fleet. So it's just going to go 1 through 5 now, from left to right. So 3, so they get to place Mysterious Island. Actually, these should be face down. Per wolf, you actually cannot look at Mysterious Island effects that were contributed by another player. So, which is pretty wild, actually. Talked about that in the rules thread at Pirates of Ben. So, in terms of gamifying this, or trying to like optimize the setup, I think they know that they pick an enemy fleet's home island. So they just want to make sure they're 6L away. So the last island is probably going to be placed somewhere up in the north there. So I think they're going to stick to their, despite the Mysterious Islands, they still, I mean, that doesn't really change the distances they want. So they're still going to go about 3L away there. So now 1 through 4 on the remaining islands. Third one placed will be another Mysterious Island. So that's interesting, actually. Because Turn 1 Victory, they know that they're probably going to get a crappy home island location that might be way up, like 6L somewhere in the north. And they know they really want to dock at a Mysterious Island on the first turn, because they want to use its effect to do a gold suction to try to maximize their chances of winning the game on the first round. So based on that, they probably want to put this farther away to make sure that the Mysterious Islands are spread out. They'd probably either go here, but they can't count on placing the last Mysterious Island. So they're actually going to go up here. I think they're going to go in the opposite direction, and I think they're going to go a little bit farther away. 3. Actually, they might go over here a little bit, because they're going to try to gamify the setup so that if their home island is 6L away from the nearest and it's over here, they might still be able to hidden cove to a Mysterious Island if that's the nearest one. So they might go due north, actually. So that way, if they're up here or up here, it would be the closest either way. Unless another island gets placed up here, which is possible, but I think they're going to try that. Yeah, this is interesting in terms of like the island setup. So feel free to comment if you think they could be doing it more optimally. But I think that makes sense though. And then they'd love for the third one to be somewhere down here, but we'll see. So now with the die rolls, going back to the Trader's Fleet, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's see what they place. So they place a normal one. So that was the middle, 3, 4 result. So now, yeah, see, this is interesting with the Mysterious Island setup in a tournament game. Oh man, so the Trader's Fleet, they know that the next island they place will be the last island 2 islands from now, and that would be the home island. Ideally, that'll be far away and the home island of the other fleet. So they kind of want to, man, that's a tough one. They want to preserve this space for that. Man, that's a tough one. They would love to get the next Mysterious Island to be able to place that. So then there's only 2 Mysterious Islands, maybe only 1, but probably 2 in play. Because if the Mysterious Island is selected as a home island, of course, you can't use the effect. It just functions as a regular home island. So they could place this island far away and hope that they could use it as the enemy's home island. But they really want to place. Actually, they should try to be placing. This is crazy. Either they're going to place the last Mysterious Island somewhere like down here, so that's the closest wild. After that becomes turn 1 victory's home, or they actually want to keep this as the farthest island from all these, because then they could pick that as turn 1 victory's home island, and then they have to cove here. Well, they don't know they have cove yet. They haven't even done +5s, but they know they can at least assume that they're trying to gamify the Mysterious Island setup. The Trader's Fleet would assume that pretty much. So based on that, they would want to put them farther. They would probably take a Mysterious out of play with the home island selection and make it hard for them to get to another Mysterious Island. So in that case, I think they should place this one probably close to these 2. The problem there is if the turn 1 victory fleet gets a Mysterious Island with their last pick, they can put it up here and kind of mess with that. But either way, but then if they do that, if this one's down here, it would make their decision a little bit harder. This is something you could overthink this like all day. So I'm gonna try not to make the setup take longer than the game. Hopefully, at least not more than half an hour. So, I think if they kind of like the idea of going down here and trying to preserve that as a potential enemy home island location. And then even if they do get an MI, they could actually probably place this so that there's no way they can be 3L. That's probably too hard. It's not that tight of a setup. So, and they don't want to sabotage their own fleet and place islands too far away, because they might not even use Hidden Cove. I don't know yet. So, they might go. Yeah, I think they're going to go southwest. They could put like another roadblock island like here, and then if that becomes turn 1 victory's home island, then they have to cove to one of those 2 probably. But they still might be able to place an MI right there. So since there's still an MI left that turn 1 victory might be able to place, the Trader's Fleet, it's harder. I feel like that makes it harder for them to gamify this island placement. So I think they're going to go 3L this way pretty much. Let me see how that looks here. Maybe a little bit. Maybe this way a little bit too. Well, they're going to have to go a little farther. It's fine. They could go like 6L. But then I think the problem there is the other fleet can then do one here. Yeah, they could do that. And then if they place one here, but their turn 1 victory's home line is there, they're still farther from that. But they might place one on. I don't know. I think think it's too hard to like fully gamify to an extreme to where they know they would get what they want. So for the traders fleet. So all right, so 1 through 3 for this, 4 through 6. So 5th island placement, it's going to be a 6. Oh, so they can't. Okay, interesting. They can't place more than one of their own mysterious islands. Okay, so now they got to really think. So they have to assume. Okay, that really changes things, because they might get placed here now. If that's farther. Okay, I gotta measure this out now. This might, yeah. This might make it harder for them to get to an island they want right away. Yeah, so this one's almost exactly 3L. Even if Banshee's Cry is here, she probably won't be able to hidden cove that way. Yeah, interesting. So if they're placing this one. Yeah, they're probably going to get their home island placed there then, because then the last island will be an MI placed somewhere up north where the traders want it, away from the other fleet. So I think that's probably what's going to end up happening. I'm trying to think if they can prevent that somehow. I don't think they can prevent that with this island placement. I don't think that's gonna. I don't think it would work. I'm trying to think. And there's only so many places to go too. You're gonna run out of space. They don't want to go there. They don't want to go anywhere near this island because they want the last MI to be closer, but I don't think they can really get that. I guess they would just make it harder on the enemy fleet by placing. They don't want to place it up here or here, because then Trader's fleet can place the last MI here and then make that their home island, and then they can't get anywhere near the mysterious islands. So because of that, I think they just need to place this like kind of near a different mysterious island so that there's still something nearby. If they go here, at least they can cove out. If they get placed here, they could cove out here and then move this way. They won't get there. Actually, they could. They could still get there on the first turn, so that's really good. Actually, yeah, that's probably what they're going to go for. And then if they get placed here, cove to one of those two. Yeah, I think it might work. Because even if they get picked here or there as a home island, they can cove and then move 4L towards another one. So I think that's what they're going to do. This is a tough one. This is the island strategic meta right here. So, all right. They're gonna go the minimum 3L from there, which is also 3L from there. So that way they get placed here, they can place Banshee's Cry here, so she's closer to that one for Hidden Cove. Okay. So then the last island, no need to roll. So Trader's fleet now gets to place the final island. So now they have to think about how to not let, I don't know if there's a way to do it. I don't think they can prevent the enemy fleet from docking into Mysterious Island on the first turn. They don't know they have a hidden cove yet, but they're still thinking about how to, I don't think they can make it work. They go there, they can get there pretty easily. Actually, let me see if there's room down in the south. I don't know if there's room down here. There might be, actually. Okay. Yeah, it's debatable. But yeah, I think there's enough room. I might try this, actually. So then they would have to go here. And then, yeah. I think they might still be able to get there. Yeah, probably. That's like 4L. I mean, of course they don't know what the other fleet has. This is kind of extreme, but so then if they go here, they could put it like way in this corner, but then the closest island is a Mysterious Island. And if they go here, I think the closest is probably that one. So, and then if they could go in this corner, but that's going to be pretty close. I think they're going to try the southwest corner. That way, at least the closest island is a non-mysterious no matter what, and it takes out, at least they'll pick that as the enemy home island. So I think I'll try that. It's definitely debatable, but like I said, I don't want to overthink this setup for half the morning. So all right, so we've got our island placement. Now we do terrain. So this is gonna be interesting. It's kind of a weird one for these fleets. So turn 1 victory, they want fog banks basically. They don't want a ton of terrain for the most part. And I don't think the other fleet does either. They definitely want, the traders fleet wants some Sargasso Seas because they see that there's only small ships in the enemy fleet. The crew technically wouldn't be placed yet, but they would see the enemy ships. They would just see the ships in the deck plates basically. So they'd want, traders fleet would want Sargassos. They might want a whirlpool or two, but they're kind of worried about where that would end up. If they know the enemy fleet is here, they could at least avoid placing whirlpools in that vicinity. They can kind of assume their home island might be either there or there because they assume that the other fleet wants to preserve as many mysterious islands in play as possible. That might not be the case though, because the turn 1 victory fleet knows that it's the treasure suction. They don't want the enemy fleet, the traders fleet, to get to that island, explore it, and then or dock at it and suction gold to it. So they might actually pick the trader home island to be a mysterious island. But I think this fleet doesn't really want a lot. I think they're just going to propose 2, and then the traders fleet, they're thinking about Sargassos. They want to place, they're going second too, so they definitely want to place like multiple Sargassos. They probably want to put like 2 Sargassos, maybe 2 whirlpools. I think this fleet might want to place an iceberg too, actually. So they'd probably go for 3. I think they're going to propose 3, turn 1 victory, and then the traders fleet, they're going to propose 4. So we'll see who wins this one. It's kind of debatable what to do with the terrain. All right, so 6-3 traders win. So 4 terrain placed per player. Turn 1 victory still places the first one, and they're gonna plop a fog bank in this middle of that area there. And then the traders fleet, they're going to do, they want to seed a Sargasso somewhere near the enemy home island, but not yet, because it might make it more obvious that they're gonna pick that as the enemy home island. It might already be obvious, but whatever. They're going to place a whirlpool, I think right there. Yeah, they do want, they have sack on both Neptune's Horde and Cassandra, so they will be able to utilize whirlpools somewhat effectively, probably. So, and then the next fleet, turn 1 victory, we're going to do another fog bank. I guess they might not be sure. Actually, they might get placed here, because then both of the 2 closest islands are not mysterious in that case. So they might get their home island placed up there. I think that's quite possible. So based on that, I think they're going to go, I don't want to block passage from one island to another. So they're going to go there, I think. We're going to try that. And then, actually, yeah. Let me measure this. See, this is 4L. 1, 2, it's only like 3. So I think they'd still get here if they were docked here. No, she's not gonna get there. Okay, that's huge actually. I think based on that, yeah, they're probably gonna get placed there for their home island selection. That'll be interesting. Or placed here, I mean, and then have to cove there and then deal with it. So based on that, the traders fleet is going to put our Sargasso now. Or actually, they're going to do whirlpools first. They know now, they just confirmed they're going to place, in their own head, of course, not out loud. They confirm they're going to place turn 1 victory there. So whirlpool, we'll do 1 more. So based on that, probably do a whirlpool right there. And then back around to turn 1. And they're going to place, I'm going to place 1 more fog bank I'm gonna try one right here actually. Oh, S away from this island. And then, so now, third round for terrain. They want 2 Sargassos. They are gonna place one S away from the enemy home island. So, which maybe makes it more obvious they're gonna go there, but whatever. And then, yeah, turn 1, they do want an iceberg, so they're gonna plop a 2. I mean, they know this measurement too, so they're gonna place it near where they anticipate going for a home island. So they're gonna do that. Okay, and then Sargasso, another Sargasso for the traders fleet, which is gonna go not right there, but yeah, 3, 4, 7. Yeah, it's the last terrain. They're gonna place it. They can try to place it in between these islands to make it harder for me to get there. Trying to make it the hardest possible for turn 1 to get to the mysterious island. Actually, they might as well do it as close as possible, probably. Alright, so that's our terrain setup. So now we move on to choosing home islands. So the second player chooses the home island of the first player. I'm going to use white for this fleet because they have a English ship, and then black for the other fleet. So they'll place them there. Now they got to place their ships. So they'll go Cry there. Patagonia is going to be, she goes in this corner, she can't get out. So, at least not really with the flat earth rules. I guess with the oars she could probably get there, but I think they'll start her like almost on the edge there. So, and then we've got Lois Justice. So she's gonna go right there, I think. Yeah, she's gonna be on the edge there. Actually, they probably, Banshee's Cry, where she starts won't matter for Hidden Cove, because that's gonna be the closest no matter where she's measured from. So, all right, so that's that. And then only pirate ships in the other fleet, so traders get the black token. And now the other fleet's got to decide. Turn 1 victory's got to decide where they want to put them. So, they can see that they're not going to get there on turn 1, even if they try, especially with the Sargasso. So, unless the fog would help them. But, so based on this setup, I think turn 1 victory probably wants the other fleet here to take away that mysterious island from them. Because they would probably place them here, but then that would be, they could probably use that, and they don't want to let gold suction be used against them. So I think they'll try this far island. So we're going to only have the one mysterious island that can actually have its effect be used. I think that's probably their best choice for where they put the traders fleet. So I'm going to try that. Jolly-Mon is going to be at the back here, pretty much. And then Cassandra and Neptune's Horde, they have to figure out where they're going to be docked. So now, so they would think about their +5 selections. So right now, their +5s. +5 that Jolly-Mon's Hag of Tortuga is bringing in is going to be the Pirate Helmsman on Neptune's Horde, an Oarsman, Pirate Oarsman for the home island, and then either the Helmsman on a Helmsman for Cassandra or Hidden Cove, which would probably be played on Cassandra. So they're, where they dock their ships is going to be based on that. So they kind of have to, well, they don't have to, but they want to make this decision in advance. They could have Cassandra here, Hidden Cove her there, but I think they might actually go with the Helmsman because they can actually get there easily. If she's moving 6S, which she will be with the Helmsman, Cassandra can easily get there. So they almost don't need the Hidden Cove as much. I think they would be more likely to use Hidden Cove if they were going first and they had a home island that was 6L away from everything, and therefore Cassandra's speed on the outbound trip and the return trip would really be a hindrance. But then they might want to cove her out so she doesn't have to move so long to get to the first island. Even at 6S, with Saccing, Cove might be better. So, but in this case, I think since both ships can reach Wild Islands on the first turn, I think they're gonna probably go with the helmsman in the +5 selection, I think. So we're gonna try that for a docking situation. They also want Neptune's Horde going here, because this is going to be a better position from which to hit one of these two islands where the Banshee's Cry is probably going to be docked at, rather than having her go there. Because Neptune's Horde has captain via Havana Black, whereas Cassandra does not have captain. So, all right. The home island selection was pretty easy. That's the easiest part so far, probably. So placing crew. So turn 1 victory, we'll place their crew first. They've got Jonah face up, Robinson and Bratley face up on Patagonia. So that introduces their +5. They're going to start with a pirate oarsman and a cursed oarsman face down on their home island. Those are for Lois Justice and Captain Jack Sparrow trading purposes. And then they're going to use Bratley's +5 to bring in, I think they're going to stick to their plan. And yeah, I think they want to do that. They're going to stick to their plan, bring in Hidden Cove face down, of course, and then an oarsman for each of these ships. So they're actually going to, they don't know, basically they don't know if the other fleet is going to bring in Becalmed with their +5s. They're going to place face down oarsman on Banshee's Cry, and then they're going to put another cursed one on the home island for Lois Justice later on, and Patagonia is actually going to get one as well. So 3 oarsmen and Hidden Cove for their +5s. And so now we get to the Traders fleet. So their +5s is going to be Pirate Helmsman on Neptune's Horde, Pirate Oarsman for the home island, and they're going to bring in a Pirate Helmsman for Cassandra. So that way she has Helmsman as well. So they're going to leave out Hidden Cove, and they're not going to have those 2 oarsmen that they had in the original fleet. I think this will be a better option for them overall. Then for placing treasure, you may have already seen it from the fleets, but basically silver 663 for a turn 1 victory fleet, along with ETs that basically reveal treasure and knock out treasure from the game, along with Holy Water. And 5 3s, Missionary Plague natives for the Traders fleet. So they don't want to put in 5 negatives because they might end up not being able to trade at least one of them away. That could happen anyway, of course. They might get all 3 at one island, but they'll just take that risk. And these UTs are very subject to change, especially in the Traders fleet. We're going to see how this game goes and then see if they want to modify their selection for the second game, especially if they lose. All right, so we are ready to start game 1. Once again, the turn timer is not a house rule. It's just to try to make me go faster so I don't take forever playing the game. So it's not an end game trigger or anything. So turn 1 victory, rolled to go first. So we'll start with them. Do the iceberg first. So we'll move on to 2. Nothing there. They'll flip Hidden Cove so they can bounce the Cry out to this nearest unexplored wild island. And they're going to make sure that they can't get to this fog bank. They really want to get here. But I don't think they can, no matter how they dock, I don't think they're quite in range of the fog bank. It's super close, but I don't think the bow is not quite going to touch. Well, maybe. It's tough. I don't think they're going to go do that anyway. Yeah, that's a tough one. Because then they can only send home 1 coin if they go there, and they might not get the roll to suction treasure. And they need, even to dock there, they need a good roll on the exit. I think they need a 1, 2, or 6. So I don't think they want to rely on that. I think they're just gonna dock there and then see what they get here. And they see that there's no face down events in the enemy fleet, so they know that they're not gonna have an attack by the Neptune's Horde if she coves here and then comes this way. So they feel decent docking right there. And we'll see what they get. So they're gonna reveal Captain Jack Sparrow and Explorer. CJS won't be needed quite yet, but that's all right. So we're gonna explore this island, plop a token there, showing that they've explored it, And oh, so they get trash UTs, so they'll probably lose because of this. So they get missionary and natives, so they're going to lose all their crew, and then they're going to apply missionary first, I think, because then they can lose the crew first, and then the natives won't have effect. So if they apply the natives first, they lose like 4 turns, and they still get knocked out. So all right, and then we can load 3s, and the positive UTs are applied before Captain Jack Sparrow can use his ability. So all the crew get wiped before any trades can happen. So let me just make sure I get natives right. Got my UT booklet here. So we're gonna make sure this one. So yeah, leave natives face down on its island. So, all right. That one stays there. The Cry, she might as well load both coins. She's going to have to take them home manually now. And then Missionary, I think gets taken out. So let me just make sure that too. Or it stays on the ship as a token. No, then remove Missionary from the game. Okay. Cool. All right, so that takes that out. And Cove gone as well. Okay. So now they might just try to come home. So the other problem is they don't have, even if they plus up both of these coins with +3 each, neither of them are silver. That's only going to be maximum of 14 gold, which is not going to be enough. So they're probably going to come home with Cry and then go back out. Problem is how long that'll take. So they might actually not do that. Really want to be able to build a fort there. It's going to take too long to accomplish. They might send out Lois Justice. Yeah, they might only load one of the 3s and then send out Lois Justice to bring that home for a potential fort coin, and then have Banshee's Cry explore over here. It looks like they should have gone in the fog bank, but that's hindsight because they had no idea what was here. And they didn't know what the other fleet contributed, so they didn't know they'd find only negatives there. So pretty bad UT luck. So there's a chance they could have found it's like Kharmic Idol as well there, or both silver 6s and just 1. So bad treasure distribution luck kind of wrecks their. They had the luck with the first turn. They went first and they had Mysterious Islands, but the UT distribution wrecked them. I mean, they still could win. It's just going to be an uphill battle. So they might use Micron to get the Cry into this fog bank. I think she can just barely touch it in anticipation of going here next turn. Problem is trying to secure the gold, because they'd love to build like a fort here sooner rather than later. Then they need gold on the home island, which normally is easy for them, but without being able to trade it home with Captain Jack Sparrow, it's hard. It's way harder for them to do that. So since they can't trade any treasure home, I think either Banshee's Cry needs to come home with both, and then she can, Lois Justice can explore and get the bonus on one of them, and then Cry goes back out, or Cry leaves one or maybe both of them here actually, and then goes off that way. I think I might leave both of them on the island, both 3s, and have Cry load neither of them. I think I'm going to try that. That's a weird, feels like a weird move, but I think I'm going to do that. And then Lois Justice is actually going to get going. But she doesn't have a helmsman, so actually I think that's not going to work. Never mind. Yeah, that's a disaster. Yeah, it's because Lois Justice doesn't have a helmsman, so it's just going to take forever. So never mind. So I think Banshee's Cry, she will load both, and she's going to come home with both to transfer, I think, rather than going to this island alone. It's a tough one. I feel like the other fleet might be able to get gold home too fast. So I if they go here, they're hedging their bets that it's going to be really good and that they can get it home, which is very debatable. I don't know if they'd be able to get it home. I think they might, though. I think it's worth the risk. The problem is if they go home with both of these right now, the 2 3s, the problem with that is that it's not enough to win. Even if they take the time to get the bonus on both, it'll be worth 12 gold max. So I think they're just not gonna do that. So I guess Banshee's Cry, she might leave 1 there and then have Loa's Justice to come get it, but even that's gonna take forever. I think that's gonna take too long. She's gonna keep both. This is kind of a tough situation for them, but oh well. So her bow just barely touches the fog bank, so she gets sucked in there. So that's her second action via Micron, and then Loa's Justice. She doesn't have much of anything good to do, so I think she's just gonna sit there for now. So, all right. Oh, I forgot to start the timer. I'll just start it on the second turn. Whatever. It's not an endgame condition anyway. So, oh well. So, Iceberg. So I need a 2 for the other fleet to trigger it. Nothing. So they're gonna flip their sack crew. So they're gonna use both. So they got Don Pedro Gilbert. Cassandra has a helmsman. She's gonna explore. I mean, yeah, they're gonna reveal almost everything. And then Neptune's Horde has Havana Black, helmsman explorer. So we go over here. I think they're gonna go with Neptune's Horde first. Let's see what this island has. So she's gonna go S, L, S, and then yeah, she's not gonna be able to get to the MI, but she'll dock in a position where she can potentially intercept Banshee's Cry next turn. So she's gonna dock like right there. She's got her Explorer revealed, so they're gonna mark this as explored, and then they're gonna take a peek. Oh yeah, now they get the good stuff. So I got a 6, silver 6, 2 3s, and then Pirate Globe, which is interesting. So they know Missionary and Natives have been exposed, so they know Plague is still out there. So they don't really want to trade one of these away and then end up with Plague. So I think they're gonna keep the Globe. It's unlike Captain Jack's ability, you can trade away treasure before it would normally be loaded, so you can trade away negatives, but so we're going to keep the Globe. When revealed, turn all treasure on all wild islands face up for the remainder of the game. Then remove Pirate Globe from the game. So that's going to be interesting. So over here, Maps of Alexandria, Plague, Holy Water, and 3. Okay, so they got trash luck either way. So even if Banshee's Cry had gone here, Plague would have knocked out Captain Jack Sparrow before he can trade anything. So I mean, maybe they would suction. Well, yeah, with the docking, they might be able to suction the Kharmic Idol. But yeah, so now we've got the rest of the silver is over here, along with Pirata Codex and Kharmic Idol. So basically, like horrible treasure distribution luck for the turn 1 victory fleet, and like really nice results for the other fleet. So, all right. So Pirate Globe is resolved. And the natives go face up too. They both know it was there. But so then Pirate Globe is removed from the game. And so they're gonna load. So they had to sack an oarsman to do that. They don't even have to reveal it, I guess. And she had the cargo space for it. So they do have to reveal their regular oarsman for him to not take up a cargo space. So they'll do that. And they'll load 9 gold. So 6 silver, 3 gold, 9 total. So her cargo hold is full now. And then still got Cassandra. So they know that if they get those two home as well, they'll win. Because they'd have 18 at that point. So there's no real point in deviating from which islands they should go to. So we've got 3S, and then she'll go 4, 5. Dock here, explore, trigger the Idol and the Codex, so it's like a double UT elimination. all these UTs are wiped out since they got face up via the globe. So all UTs are done already. And now she loads 9. So yeah, so she sacks an oarsman as well. She actually, she has 2 open cargo spaces already, so she does not need to reveal her oarsman to load both coins. And Cassandra's going to use her spying ability to look at a face down cargo on any ship. So she's going to peek at, I guess they could calculate what Banshee's Cry loaded. They know what it must have been based on everything else. So they'd look at, especially for next game, they're going to look at the pirate crew on Lois Justice and see that it's Jenny Gallows +2 gold ability. So they'll know that for next game, which is nice. They should have spied on the previous turn too, because you can spy on opponent turns. So they're going to look at Powder Pete as well. So they see that Lois Justice is like a gold factory, gold bonus ship, and I think that's going to end their turn. So we'll do the iceberg roll. Okay, so it's going to move. It's going to go 2. Nothing too interesting. So this game is just about over, I think. So Banshee's Cry, fog roll, 4. I guess. So this is supposed to be face up. I guess they could go get that. Well, they can't explore that. Oh, that's ugly. I think they gotta play for this Mysterious Island effect. The only way they can win is if they somehow they gotta get another coin and then unload them all with the +3 total bonus. So they're not gonna win. They're not gonna take on Neptune's Horde and try to steal 6. I think that's more suicidal than not running straight home. So yeah, that's not gonna work. Even if they steal, it'll just get stolen back. So they have 2 gold 3s there. If they get 1 more, they could plus those up individually for 18. So they're gonna have to go here. They'd love to go home, but their max value is 12, so there's no real benefit there. Nice thing is they can use Micron. So that's 1 action, and then the second action, move L here. And now I'm gonna try to dock here, try to suction that other 3. They might actually put this one here instead, but whatever. So Mysterious Island roll. They get the roll. That's cool. So MI effect says when the ship explores this island, randomly move 2 treasure coins from every other wild island to this island, and then to choose which to take. So she can't explore right now though, because she lost her explorer. So that would happen next turn. So this is still face up, and Lois Justice, not really much she can do, I don't think. She could try to meet Banshee's Cry halfway, but it's not going to help. So she wants to be there to get the bonuses when she comes home. So not much else they can do. So iceberg, nothing there. Oh yeah, this should end it actually. Yeah, so both Cassandra and Neptune's Horde, they're gonna sack and run home real quick. Yeah, she's easily there, 3, 4, 5s to get home. And now, so they unload everything. So they've got 18. So they win at the end of the second round, 18-0, winning game 1, mostly based on like amazing treasure luck. So their negatives worked well, and they didn't find any themselves. They didn't even need to do the trading. So pretty interesting. So even with the going first and Mysterious Island in play, turn 1 victory falls to partially the treasure distribution luck, but also they couldn't suction on the first turn. Because even if they went here, based on this horrible luck, they would have gotten hit with the plague anyway. They wouldn't be able to trade home at that point. So interesting game, pretty quick. But I'll play another one and see who wins, and then if turn 1 victory wins the second game, play a third one. So Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the gameplay. Thanks for watching.